From KTIV, Siouxland's news channel, this is News 4 at 6.
A manhunt is underway tonight for a suspect who allegedly robbed a Northwest Iowa bank at gunpoint. Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Breen. This is the man police say they're looking for tonight. Security camera footage from the Iowa State Bank shows that suspect wearing sunglasses and a covered face. Sheldon police describe him as a black male measuring 6 feet 2 inches tall. Sheldon, Iowa is where we find KTIV's Emily Schrod. She's been following the story since it broke this afternoon. Emily, what do we know about what happened inside that bank this afternoon?
Matt, I've been on scene since about 2 o'clock this afternoon. The suspect reportedly took off with a sum of cash in 2 light tan colored bags, and he is still at large at this hour. KIWA radio reports the robbery happened around noon today at the Iowa State Bank. Here's what we know now. Officials tell me the FBI is taking over the investigation. They also add no one was hurt in the robbery, and the amount of money that was taken is unknown at this point. Other officials on scene included Sheldon Police, O'Brien County Sheriffs, Iowa State Patrol, and O'Brien County Emergency Management, along with the FBI that I reported. And like I said, the FBI is taking the lead on this investigation. We will report you the latest information as we receive it live on air and on KTIV.com. Live in Sheldon, Iowa, Emily Schrod, KTIV News 4.
Emily, thank you. Every once in a while, someone comes into our lives that makes such an impact that we never forget them. Brucescheid was just such a man. He set a bar of professionalism that we here at KTIV still strive to meet every day. Today, Siouxland said goodbye to Bruce at a funeral in Sioux City. He died on Saturday after a courageous battle with pancreatic cancer. During the funeral today, his son Adam gave us a glimpse of the man we called colleague, but he had the honor to call Dad.
Some of my fondest memories are of him saying, "Hit 'em where they ain't." Even though I did not have an athletic bone in my body, was terrified of the ball, and struck out constantly. I can still hear that voice in my head.
Figures showed large supply.
When I think of him now, I think about spending time around the yard with him and Gabe. Dad either working, raking, mowing the lawn, or maybe playing catch with us. In the fall, he wore a scratchy, old plaid sweater. I'll always remember how it looked and how it felt, and actually, it's still in the closet, so I actually get to wear it now. Dad never did explain to me why he thought he was lucky. He ended up showing me. He showed me by hugging me, asking how I was, and pointing me to the beer drawer in the fridge when I came back to Sioux City. I'll always remember him, because I'll spend the rest of my life trying to show my son how strong, humble, and empathetic he was.
Near Walls Hill, Nebraska, near Remsen, Iowa. Near Marcus, Iowa. Near Emerson, Nebraska. Near Hinton, Iowa. Near Sioux City. On the outskirts of Sioux City. Near Willis, Nebraska. West of New Orleans. Near Kingsley, Iowa. Near McCook Lake, South Dakota. Near Hinton, Iowa. Near Merrill, Iowa. In Akron, Iowa. Near Aurelia, Iowa. Near Sioux City, Brucescheid, News Center 4.
Proof positive that Bruce had Siouxland covered no matter where he was or where he was near. And after 37 years, thousands of memories, especially for two young kids like us. I had the chance to work with him for 11 years. You got to work with him a lot longer, Ron.
Well, in fact, it was my very first day as an intern here at KTIV, and they were sending me with Brucescheid on my first day. And remember, I had grown up watching this guy. He was a legend to me already. And so I timidly go back to the edit bay where he was, and he was kind of struggling with the equipment a little bit. And he says, "Ron, always remember, the reporter's worst enemy is the equipment." And I'm practically taking notes on everything he says. So I'm okay. Well, pretty soon the time is getting to be an issue. He said, "Ron, always remember, the reporter's worst enemy is time." Time, okay, time and equipment. Well, finally we go out and we finally get out on the roadway, and he gets behind a very slow-moving car, and he says, "Ron, always remember, the reporter's worst enemy is traffic." Wow. And it was kind of like that was the way the whole day went. He was constantly teaching me. At the end of the day, he said, "Ron, you done good." And I just felt amazing. He made me feel good about myself, and he was an incredible teacher, and that was one of the best days of my time here at KTIV.
You talk about teaching. Bruce was so fond of learning. He had the opportunity, he said the best part of this job was the opportunity to learn something new every day. And I want to share a story that our colleague Al Jones had shared during his eulogy today during Bruce's funeral service. He and Bruce were shooting different stories in different parts of Northwest Iowa. And they just finished up shooting a story. They were in Peterson, Iowa, pulled into the convenience store gas station in town. Al was the first one through the door, and you could see some level of recognition. Well, then as soon as Bruce made it through the door, everybody knew exactly who Bruce was, and they wanted to sit down and talk to him. And he took that kind of time. And what's interesting to me is Adam talked about how humble his father was. And in that moment, he was just another guy in town. Even though he was Brucescheid, he wanted to know who these guys were and what their life story was. And to know that he took that time where he got attention everywhere he went. It was accepted, but it was never expected. You know, and that made Bruce a great journalist. But we know he was far more than that. You know, with all the people that packed that church today, we know he was a great man, a great husband, and a great father. So to wife Linda, to sons Marty and Gabe and Adam, you were in our thoughts and our prayers, and we love you all so very much.
And for all of us who worked here with Bruce, the great thing is he made his impact on us. So all of his ideas and his teachings, they were just going to continue to live on here at KTIV, and Brucescheid will never be forgotten.
First Weather is brought to you by Bombgars.
During the Memorial Day area rug sale at Homeworld Rugs, get up to 30% off these Marina Indoor-Outdoor area rugs, now just $99. Choose from 11 different patterns. The Memorial Day area rug sale, now at Homeworld Rugs.
Stop into Menards today, your plumbing headquarters. Keep your basement dry with a Barracuda sump pump. They're built to last and dependable. Save today with 11% off all Barracuda pumps. Get a reliable hose from Yardworks. They're easy to set up and perfect for keeping your lawn and garden growing. Right now, get 11% off on all Yardworks hoses and accessories. Start your next project and get 11% off everything. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Strong, enduring, and timeless. Stickley. Premium upholstery and leather furniture crafted for beauty and functionality. For a limited time, enjoy 35% savings on fine leather and upholstery during the Stickley Memorial Day sale at Home Furniture. Live from Signal Hill, you're watching News 4 at 6 with Matt Breen, Stella Daskalakis, Chief Meteorologist Ron DeMars, and Sports Force with Brad Pouch on KTIV, Siouxland's News Channel.
Summer is here, and that means it's time to fire up the grill. And we here at KTIV are ready to get into the grilling season. That's right. It's time for Grillin with News 4. KTIV's Stella Daskalakis right outside our studios here on Signal Hill with our featured chef. So Stella, what are you grilling tonight?
Oh, here I am. I've got my spatula ready. I'm here with Janet Finzen of Dakota Dunes, South Dakota. Okay, I got to get this right. Smoked mango chutney salmon.
Perfect. That's what it is.
Okay,
yeah.
Before we get to the ingredients, tell us about you.
Well, I'm a 4th grade teacher down in Winnebago Public Schools, and I'd like to give a shout out to all my students at Winnebago. It was our last day today, so they're on summer vacation right now, and I I've been down there for about 20 years.
Wow.
And like you said, my husband and I, we live in Dakota Dunes, and this is one of our favorite recipes.
Okay, so let's get to that. Tell us about the ingredients of this recipe.
Well, first of all, you'll need to get a nice fillet of salmon, and this is a really nice large fillet. It has the skin on, and so you'll want to make sure that you get that nice fillet. This is Alaskan salmon. We kind of prefer that, but you can get salmon from Chile and all around. So there's different places you can get that. You also need a really, really good thermometer for this. It's really good to always be checking the temperature of your fish. We need soy sauce, just a teaspoon of soy sauce. You'll need, the main ingredient is sweet mango chutney. You can get it at any grocery store. And also you'll need about a tablespoon of some honey and to go in it. And that's basically all you put on it.
Healthy. And you said in the last few seconds we have before we come back and see this in motion, it's healthy and it's really easy and doesn't take much time.
Super easy. 3 ingredients, only takes about 15 minutes on the grill, and you'll want to take it off just a few minutes early, about 125, 130 degrees, and let it rest. It will continue cooking and you'll have nice, really moist salmon.
Okay, we will be back and you'll see it all in motion. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Stella. A popular state parks program has been renewed for another year. Find out more in Lakes Area News after the break.
And it's getting hotter out there. More about just how hot that forecast is now looking coming up.
What is Mardo? It's a brewery. Handcrafted beers made right here. It's crazy good food, cooked up in our 1,000-degree wood-fired oven. It's a super cool atmosphere. People having a good time. Dine in or get food and beer to go. Mardo Brewing Company on historic 4th, downtown Sioux City.
We had a great time with meteorologist Jared Lansford kicking off parade season here in Siouxland. I'm Matt Breen.
And I'm Al Jones. KTIV was there flinging things at the Orange City Tulip Festival. And we want to thank everyone who came out to join in the fun.
And we've got a full slate of parades this summer. Next stop is the Emerson Tri-County Days on Saturday, June 5th.
We hope to see you there. And don't forget to say, hey KTIV, fling me a bing.
Don't forget to stop by Palmer's Old Time Candy Shop, downtown Sioux City.
Could you have low testosterone? Take the quiz at limitlessmale.com. Fast and confidential. Do it online. It's that easy to see if you have low T symptoms. Trouble sleeping, no energy, loss of muscle mass, poor concentration, belly fat, low libido, depression. Safe and effective treatment options are available by the experts in men's health. Get back to being you. Take the quiz at limitlessmale.com. Insurance accepted.
Get a 10-day forecast every day, only from the weather experts of Storm Team 4.
Our Okoboji cam tonight showing a scene that is much like the last 3 days. Those fair weather cumulus clouds out there yet again, kind of the same on our Norfolk cam as well. And here we are in Sioux City, a nice amount of sunshine on our Blackbird Bend Casino cam. The temperature though is warmer today than the past 3 days. 88 is where we stand right now, still not too bad in the way of humidity. Our dew point at 49. And highs today did reach the 90-degree mark in places like Sheldon, Rock Rapids, and Sioux Center. Spirit Lake a high of 91, and out to the west, 90-degree reading also found in Vermilion, Wayne, as well as Pender. Creighton 88 degrees, and right here in Sioux City our low is 51 degrees. That's below average, but 88 is actually 9 degrees above average for this time of year. And on the pollen count, it's at 7.7 today, heading up to about 7.9 tomorrow. Mulberry, grasses, and birch still the top allergens. And that heat really building in from the northwest as you see Fargo as well as Billings out there at 97 degrees. Again, 88 here in town, and then a little cooler actually farther down to the south. As a matter of fact, right now it's 89 in Tacoma, Wayne 87, and in Orange City 88 degrees. Here's your forecast for tonight. Not as cool as the previous nights, mostly clear and lows right around 60. For tomorrow, while the southwest wind at 10 to 15, sending those highs into the mid and maybe even upper 90s in places like Yankton, South Dakota. Look at that high of 97. Still a lot of sunshine tomorrow and mostly clear tomorrow night, and really not very cool. Most of our lows in the mid to upper 60s. In the extended forecast, still looking at more low 90s over the weekend and plenty of sunshine. The wind picks up each day, so Saturday probably about a 10 to 20 mile per hour wind, and some of the gusts on Sunday could get close to 30 miles per hour and a high of 91. On Monday, still around 90. And notice we've had an absence of rain in the forecast. It maybe returns as we get toward Tuesday, a slight chance of a storm in 88. More storm chances Wednesday and again on Thursday. Highs both of those days in the upper 80s, and then quieter weather after that. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all looking partly cloudy with highs in the mid to upper 80s. Matt?
Thanks, Ron. Nature Lovers Rejoice, a popular program, will continue through this year. Steve Schwaller with KUOO Radio joins us with more. Steve?
Matt, Travel Iowa has announced the continuation of their State Park Passport program. It was launched in 2020 to celebrate the state park's centennial as an incentive for people to visit state parks by making them eligible to win various prizes. Officials say there were nearly 30,000 passport check-ins across Iowa during the program's inaugural year. Now, Jessica Riley, a communications manager for Travel Iowa, says the passport system works off your phone's location.
So each of those parks are geo-fenced. You have to have your location on so it knows where you are. We know that reception is tricky at some state parks, so there will be, generally by the entrance or by a shelter, a poster. There's a PIN code you can enter to do your check-in that way as well.
Now, O'Reilly says it's easy to sign up for the passport program.
So, Steve, how can people do that?
Matt, all you have to do is go to traveliowa.com/passport and enter your email address or phone number.
Steve Schwaller with KUOO Radio. Thanks, Steve.
You bet.
Time to head back outside to check in with KTIV's Stella Daskalakis. She's grilling with News 4. She's got her chef by her side and the recipe. Stella?
All right, Matt. It is time. It is time to see Janet at work. And we're going to open this up. All right, you take it away, young lady.
Okay, well, one thing that you really need is a very good thermometer. Your fish should be about 145 by the time you eat it, but we're going to take it off about 125 or 130 degrees Fahrenheit because it will rest for a few minutes and then it will finish cooking over on the side.
Okay, now in that bowl you've mixed what? Remind us again.
In this bowl I took my mango chutney, the sweet mango chutney. I took some Subi honey, and I also took some soy sauce. I mixed it together. You can use a brush, or you can use your spoon, and there's hunks of mango in there. And you just spread that all over after about 7 or 8 minutes onto your salmon. And just, you know, be real liberal. Make sure your salmon is skin side down. You want to put this on the top side of your salmon, and you just spread that all around. And that will cook again for about 7 or 8 more minutes. And hopefully by then we will be at about 125, 130 degrees.
And this is the type of meal that it doesn't take long to prepare. So even if you have to prepare it inside, it's not going to take very long if you can't do it out on the grill.
That's right. If you want to have this in your oven, it's great in the oven. If you want to have it on a pellet grill, it can be smoked, or you can work it on your regular grill just like this. So anyway, it works really, really fine.
All right. So now what? We've got a few more seconds here. What are we going to do? We're going to wait for it to cook, and that's it. And then
That's it. Yes, and we could check the temperature really quick to see where we're at after these few minutes. And right now we're at about. Yeah, we're right now about 120 degrees. So.
We'll be keeping an eye on it, and we'll be back to try it, so back to you.
The taste test is coming. We can't wait. Thanks, Stella.
Well, coming up in sports, the Western Christian boys soccer team in action this afternoon in the Class 1A state tournament semifinals. See if the Wolfpack can get past West Liberty and into Saturday's 1A championship game. And an umpire shortage forced the North baseball game versus East to an early afternoon start. See who would come out on top in the Crosstown Showdown. Sports Force is next.
The Daily Pollen Count, brought to you by the Ear, Nose, and Throat Consultants Allergy Clinic.
Stock up during the big beverage sale this Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. 2 liters of Pepsi products are 10 for $10. Body Armor, 10 for $10. And Gatorade or Propel, just 88 cents. This Thursday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
I know no one wants to file a bankruptcy, but if you're having a lot of stress due to not having enough money to pay your bills, your living expenses, If you're getting harassing phone calls, maybe even a garnishment, it may be time to consider a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. It's really not the end of the world. It can give you a fresh start and put you on the road to financial freedom. Just give us a call. There's never any charge for information. We can really help. Right, Cody?
There's no place like a forever home. Don't miss the Siouxland Humane Society's online auction event, The Wizard of Paws, Thursday, June 10th until Saturday, June 19th. You'll have the opportunity to bid for a number of fantastic items, including trips, pet care packages, handmade quilts, camping gear, food, and much more. Go online for event information and your opportunity to bid. Proceeds support the good work of the Siouxland Humane Society. Help local pets find their forever home. Proudly sponsored by KTIV and KG95.
Our new scented oils give you our best smelling scents, now crafted with more natural ingredients and infused with essential oils that are 100% natural. Give us one plug and connect to nature.
Don't miss the big beverage sale this Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. LaCroix Sparkling Water, just $3.99. Lipton Iced Tea, just $3.99. And 32 packs of Hy-Vee Purified Water, just $2.99. This Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
Don't miss the Law & Order Thursday season finales.
All of these women are mothers being trafficked. Who's forcing you to do this?
Well, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
What the hell is going on here?
Richard Wheatley has been charged with a number of very serious crimes.
It won't stop him.
I know what justice is.
The Law & Order Thursday season finales, tonight on NBC.
Next ET, Helen Mirren's F9 surprise. We're one-on-one with the Danes.
It was a dream. It was fantastic.
Plus,
the dynamic duo Thelma and Louise reunite.
Only on ET.
Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon on their Ride or Die partnership and their exclusive announcement.
And it's so big, you know, so I'm excited.
Then, ET assembles on Avengers Campus. Your first look, next ET.
Tonight at 6:30 on KTIV. Closed captioning is brought to you by Sioux City Stem Cells, leader in regenerative medicine at Multicare.
Welcome back. The Iowa High School State Soccer Tournament continued today with the semifinals in all three classes. Western Christian was playing in the 1A semifinals against West Liberty. Now the Wolfpack looking for their first state championship since 1986. We're going to pick up action in the first half. West Liberty on the attack. Diego Sanchez with a shot, but Ty Van Essen keeps the game scoreless. Now still in the first half. Western Christian with an opportunity to get on the board. Zachary Minderhood's shot goes off the crossbar. Still goose eggs on the scoreboard. Now with 6 minutes left in the first half, West Liberty's Josiah Galvin with the goal. West Liberty goes up in the half, 1-0. Move to the second half. Same score off the penalty kick. Bailey Backham gets the Wolfpack on the scoreboard. Game is tied at 1. Now it would remain tied at 1 until 7 minutes left in the game. Bailey Backham's shot is blocked, but Eli Van Essen is Johnny on the spot, knocks it in to put Western Christian up 2-1, and that's how this one would end. Western Christian advances to Class 1A championship game on Saturday with a 2-1 win over West Liberty.
I'm terribly proud of these guys. I mean, we were down 1-0, and they did hang their heads a little bit, but, you know, they battled back. They battled hard. It's a hot day out here. I mean, they just kept grinding it out, and that's what we needed to do to climb back in.
Honestly, it's unbelievable. I can't even put into words how crazy it is, and I'm so grateful to be here, and I love this team, so I'm grateful to be here.
Now Western Christian will play Burlington Notre Dame in the Class A 1A finals on Saturday at noon. And some early afternoon baseball between East and North at North High School. Pickup action in the bottom of the fourth. Now East is up 17-0. North's Colin Casey with a grounder to third. The throw home is wild. The runner scores from third, cuts the East lead to 17-1. Later in the inning, Drew Kinneman with the hit to left. That brings in another North run. The Stars would score 4 in the fourth to cut the East lead to 17-4. Now move to the top of the fifth. East Caleb Nutt with the blooper to center. That brings in Cam Reiner to extend the Black Raiders lead to 18-4. Then just a few batters later, bases loaded for Sonny Amo. Amo with the grounder to left. The throw home is wild. That clears the bases. East up 21-4, and that's how this game would end. East over North, 21-4.
Thanks, Travis. Finally, the moment we have all been waiting for. KTIV's Stella Daskalakis gets to taste tonight's Grillin with News 4 recipe. Stella, tell us again what you're trying.
Okay, tell me again what we're trying. I don't want to get it wrong. Smoked salmon.
Mango chutney.
Smoked salmon. I got to get
That's
it in the right direction. So you accompanied it with something.
Yeah, I paired it with some long grain and wild rice. You can use, you know, biscuits. You can. I brought some homemade buns. Cornbread would be really great with it.
Ooh,
so
that
anything
sounds good.
goes good with it. A nice salad. So it's really light. It's easy. Super fast. So
Okay. Do I get to try it now?
go ahead. Yeah.
All right.
You can see the mangoes. There's big chunks of mangoes on the top. And
Yummy. And I've had to sit out here for a half hour and watch you prepare and smell it. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, that is salmon with mango is a really good combination.
it really is. I think you need to try it. I think you'll like it, and it's so easy and so fast. I think once you try it, it'll be a favorite. So.
All right, anything else you want to say to your children out there, your kids?
I'll say hi. I'll say hi to my husband and watching at home. And without him, I couldn't have done this. So.
It's so good. It is just so good. And so, I don't know, maybe I'll finish it while I'm out here. Back to you, Matt.
You get that privilege, Stella. Finish it off, but give us a full review when you're done. Thank you, Stella.
All right, we are talking about the hottest of the weather now beginning to move in. Today, a lot of us from the upper 80s to around 90. Tomorrow, one of the hottest days to come, to be honest with you. Look at Yankton. We could be looking at some upper 90s out that direction. We're going to stay in those 90s all the way through Saturday and Sunday as well. The humidity will be increasing some over the next several days, and the wind also picks up, especially starting on Saturday, kind of a 10 to 20 mile per hour wind, and then by Sunday, probably looking at a 15 to 30 mile per hour wind out there. For those wanting the rain, you have to be patient. Rain chances really not arriving until Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week.
Yeah, Ron, if memory serves, I think we had high 90s about a year ago at this time here in Siouxland, so kind of coming right back again.
Exactly, and it's we had 9 straight days in the 90s, yeah, last June to begin the month, and all of a sudden we're getting warm again this year.
Yeah, we'll look forward to the rain when we can get it.
Yes.
Thanks, Ron. Travis?
Hey, we're going to have highlights of West and Lamar's baseball tonight at 10, so something to look forward to.
Very good. Thank you, Travis. And thank you for joining us tonight for News 4 at 6. ET's up next. We'll see you back here at 10.